There was no sound in the air. Only a silence, a screaming, breathing silence that followed me from room to room. It's a lie, you know, that only people die. That day, a part of me died with him. And the part that lived, it started a war against itself. This is the story of that war. A war I fought in the trenches of my own mind. His name was Rohan. To say he was my brother feels too small. He was the architect of my childhood. Every adventure was his design. I was the quiet one, the one who found comfort in the lines of a book, while he found poetry in jumping off the high cliff into the lake below. He wasn't just fire. He was a wildfire, beautiful, uncontrollable, and he lit up everything he touched. After we lost our parents, he didn't just become my family, he built a fortress around me. He was the walls and the roof. And I was just the boy safe inside. The day it happened, the sun was out. I remember that. It mocked us with its cheerfulness. A bicycle. A patch of invisible gravel. A helmet that was just a few years too old. It was so ordinary. A tragedy shouldn't be so ordinary. When the call came, the world didn't slow down. It simply pixelated. Like a bad connection. The doctor's words were these distant, digital noises. Severe trauma. Didn't make it. But all my brain recorded was a single, deafening error message. File not found. The grief didn't come in waves. It came as a climate. A new, permanent atmosphere in our house. It was thick and heavy, and it smelled like his abandoned leather jacket and the dust gathering on his cricket bat. I would walk into his room and the air was different, colder, stagnant. I started wearing his jacket, just to feel the weight of something that wasn't the grief. But it was. It was all the same weight. Then, the first message came. A week after we'd scattered his ashes. A blurry photo of the old banyan tree we used to climb. My blood turned to ice. Then, a video of his hands, I was sure of it, tying the frayed end of a rope swing. I could hear him humming. My rational mind whispered, glitch, hack, sick joke. But my heart, my shattered, desperate heart, screamed a different truth. He's reaching out. He's trapped somewhere between here and there, and he's using our memories as a signal. I became an archaeologist of the digital. That I would zoom into those photos for hours, looking for a clue in a blurry leaf, a reflection in a puddle. I stopped eating. Sleep was a foreign country. My world shrank to the glowing screen of my phone. I'd type back, I see the tree, brother. I'm coming. Just show me how. But the messages turned. They became a haunting. A photo of my pillow, still indented from where I had just been lying. A video, taken from inside my wardrobe, of me crying. The ghost wasn't just sending messages anymore, it was living in my space, watching me from the inside. I boarded up the windows from the inside. I slept with the lights on, a kitchen knife on my nightstand. My friends thought I'd lost my mind. Maybe I had. But isn't it sane to go mad when your whole world has been erased? The final message wasn't a memory. It was a plea. Maf Karna. Forgive me. Those two words broke a dam inside me. I didn't just run downstairs. I fell, I stumbled, I crawled to the old trunk where I'd hidden his broken phone, the one I told everyone was lost. My hands shook so violently I could barely plug in the charger. As it powered on, my own reflection stared back at me from the cracked screen, a gaunt, haunted stranger, and then I saw it. The truth, in its brutal, ugly simplicity. The sent folder. Dozens of messages. All from his phone. To my number. The blurry photo of the tree. I had taken it one evening, my vision blurred by tears. The video of the rope swing. An old clip from my own camera roll I'd resent. The haunting images from inside my house. I had set up the phone on a timer, walked into frame, and performed my own breakdown for an audience of one, my future, broken self that I hadn't been communicating with a ghost. I had been performing an exorcism on myself, using the only language my grief understood. I was the priest and the possessed. I was the one screaming in the haunted house, and I was the ghost making the walls shake. My mind, to protect itself from the unthinkable finality of his absence, had built this elaborate, terrifying play, and I was the only actor. The silence in the room changed. It was no longer his absence. It was my presence. The presence of a man who had to face a truth more horrifying than any ghost, that his own love, his own grief, could become a monster that hunted him every night that I didn't find peace that day. There was no single moment of healing. Forgiving myself wasn't a switch I flipped. It was a slow, painful excavation. I had to learn that grief isn't a journey you finish. It's a companion, a heavy one, that you learn to carry. Some days it's light as a feather. Other days, it crushes you. And that's okay. The monster wasn't in the messages. The monster was the love I had nowhere to place. So I started placing it elsewhere. I planted a tree for him. I told his stupid, wonderful jokes to people who never knew him. I let myself be the quiet brother, who now carries a small piece of the wildfire inside him. That if you're holding a phone full of ghosts tonight, if you are having conversations with a silence that answers back, know this: you are not going mad. You are just loving someone in the only way you have left. Put the phone down. Just for tonight. Look at your own reflection in the dark screen. And tell that person, the one who is hurting so much, the 3 hardest words in the world. I forgive you.